Stop everything right now. God has an urgent word for you in this moment. Don't stop waiting. The person I've chosen for you is still on their way. This isn't a casual message. This is God interrupting your pain to bring hope. I know you're exhausted. I know you look around, and it seems like everyone has found someone except you. I know you've asked yourself countless times, does God really have someone set aside for me? You open Instagram and see another engagement photo. That couple smiling with the ring sparkling. And you think, when will it be my turn? You force a smile. Like the photo. Comment. Congratulations. But inside you're screaming, what about me? When, God? You go to a friend's wedding and sit alone at the singles table. You see the glow in the bride and groom's eyes, the joy of the families, and feel that tightness in your chest. It's not jealousy. It's longing for something you haven't experienced yet. You dance alone and think, will that be me up there someday? You're at a coffee shop and see a couple talking quietly, laughing together, sharing dessert. That intimacy, that connection that only people in love have. And you drink your coffee alone, looking out the window, whispering, Lord, I still believe there's someone for me, but I'm getting tired of waiting. You download dating apps, create profiles, chat with people, go on dates that lead nowhere. Each match brings a spark of hope. Each conversation that dies leaves you more discouraged. You delete the app, reinstall it, delete it again, thinking, is this really how I'm supposed to find them? Have you lived this? Have you felt this loneliness in the middle of a crowd? Have you questioned whether it's really worth continuing to wait? But today God wants to break the lie that's been whispering in your ear. The lie that says, you missed your chance. All the good ones are taken. Maybe you'll have to settle for just anyone. What you call delay, God calls preparation. What seems empty is space for the new to flourish. What you feel as silence is an answer under construction. Remember Hannah? She waited years for Samuel, weeping in the temple until Eli thought she was drunk. Year after year, going to the temple, crying out, pleading, and nothing. Other women whispered behind her back, poor thing, God doesn't want to bless her. But when God finally answered, it wasn't just a son, it was the prophet who would change Israel. Hannah's wait wasn't delay, it was God preparing something extraordinary. Remember Rebecca? She was just living her life when Abraham's servant appeared. She wasn't desperately searching for a husband. She wasn't chasing after anyone. She was simply being who she was. And when the time came, everything flowed naturally. It was instant divine recognition. What seems like delay is divine care. What you call silence, God calls a secret answer. God is working on two fronts while you wait. He's shaping you and also preparing that special person. Removing toxic relationships from both your lives. Healing emotional wounds that could harm the future relationship. Developing maturity that will be essential. Do you know why some doors closed in your love life? It wasn't because you weren't enough. It was because God was protecting you from something that seemed good but wasn't the best. How many times did you persist with someone who clearly wasn't interested? How many times did you force situations that didn't flow? God was freeing you from relationships that would leave you empty, even while being accompanied. What you feel as rejection might be divine redirection. What seems not to work out might be God leading you to what will work out perfectly. But how will you know when it's the right person? God will give signs impossible to ignore. First sign, you'll feel deep peace. Not that anxiety of trying to figure out if the person likes you. You know that agony, don't you? Analyzing every text. Why did she take 3 hours to respond? What does this emoji mean? Why does the conversation seem cold today? Have you stayed up late trying to decode what the person meant with a dry response? Have you created 1,000 scenarios in your head about why they didn't reach out? With the right person? This doesn't happen. You don't check your phone every 5 minutes waiting for a response. You don't create theories about what each word means. There's a tranquility that comes from within whispering, "This is the person. You can relax." This is one of the clearest signs. Second sign, there will be natural reciprocity. You know that horrible feeling of always being the one who sends the first message? Of always being the one who starts conversations? Of feeling like you're chasing while the person runs away? Of always being the one who suggests meetups, who takes initiative, who struggles to keep the conversation alive? You've been through this, sending good morning and getting just an emoji back, telling about your day and getting cool as a response, asking a question and the person taking hours to give a one-word answer. With the right person, this doesn't exist. You send a message, they respond with genuine interest. They also start conversations. They also want to know about your day. They also suggest meetups. The interest will be mutual, genuine, spontaneous. You won't feel like you're begging for attention. Both of you will want to be together. And when that happens, you'll know. Third sign, people who truly love you will confirm it. Have you ever introduced someone to your family and felt that strange atmosphere? That uncomfortable silence? Those looks that say, are you sure? Your mom trying to be polite but you noticing she doesn't approve? Friends whispering, you deserve better? With the right person, it's different. Family, true friends will look at you both and say, you make sense together. Your mom will whisper in your ear, this person is good for you. Your friends will comment, I've never seen you so happy. There won't be strange questioning or whispered doubts. There will be support, genuine joy, confirmation that you're compatible. This detail should never be ignored. Fourth sign, fundamental values will align. I'm not talking about liking the same movies or food. I'm talking about things that really matter. You'll dream compatible directions. You'll want to build something together. If family is important to you, it will be important to them too. If faith is part of your life, they won't try to pull you away from it. If you have specific goals, they'll support and dream alongside you. What's important to one will be important to the other. Not perfectly identical, but harmoniously complementary. This is divine confirmation. Fifth sign, there will be spiritual peace. When you pray about this person, when you seek God about the relationship, you won't feel that confusion that keeps you awake at night. You won't feel anguish or that tightness in your chest that says something's not right. You'll feel that peace that surpasses all understanding, confirming you can move forward. God will bear witness in your spirit that this is the right person. What you call prolonged waiting, God calls perfect timing. What seems like abandonment is protection in action. Do you know why your heart still has hope even when your mind wants to give up? Why you still wake up believing something good is coming? It's because God planted a seed of faith in your spirit that whispers, the best hasn't come yet. God is saying, my son, my daughter, you're only seeing one chapter of a story I'm still writing. This person is also being shaped, also being prepared to recognize the treasure you are. I know many of you listening to this have already questioned whether you really know how to recognize when it's the right person, or if you'll repeat the same patterns that hurt you before. That doubt that whispers, what if I don't know when it's him or her, might be one of the biggest barriers between you and the love God prepared. There's a path that can help you develop this spiritual clarity to recognize these divine signs when they appear in your life. Something I prepared especially for those on this journey of faith and waiting. This gift is in the first pinned comment. If it resonates with your heart, you'll know. And speaking of recognizing divine signs, you need to understand something fundamental about how God works. While you think you're wasting time, God is removing wrong people from your life. He's freeing you from relationships that seemed good but weren't the best. He's protecting you from choices you'd thank Him later for not making. This person God has for you isn't just anyone. It's someone who was specifically shaped to complement who you are. Someone who will look into your eyes and see who you really are inside. Someone who will love your flaws and celebrate your qualities. someone who will dream with you, not just alongside you. And you know what else God wants to reveal? While you suffer thinking this person doesn't exist, they might be going through the same process you are. They might be sitting somewhere wondering, where is the person God has for me? This simultaneous preparation that's happening right now has a greater purpose than we imagine. For those feeling this resonance, I remind you there's more waiting for you in the first comment. They might be deleting dating apps with the same frustration as you. They might be looking at happy couples and sighing, when will it be my turn? They might be praying, Lord, I still believe, but I'm tired of waiting. God is working on both hearts simultaneously, preparing an encounter that, in God's perfect timing, will be a testimony of His power, a recognition that can only be explained as divine work. What you call delay is God aligning all circumstances. What seems empty is space being prepared for the new to flourish. Use this waiting time to become the best version of yourself, to heal old wounds, to develop your talents, to connect more deeply with God, to build a rich and interesting life that you'll enjoy sharing with someone special. Because when this person arrives, in God's perfect timing, you want to be ready, don't you? You want to have stories to tell, dreams to share, a full life to divide. What seems like wasted time is investment in your future. What you call loneliness might be God teaching you to be complete before being a complement. When God aligns the circumstances, pay attention to the signs. He's already moving behind the scenes, creating opportunities that will seem casual but will be totally intentional, preparing conversations that will flow supernaturally. Right time comes, when you finally meet, it will be like two waters joining to form a river, natural, powerful, inevitable. You look into this person's eyes and think, where have you been all this time? And in your heart you'll know the answer, being prepared by God for me. You'll talk and feel like you've known each other for years. You'll laugh at the same things. You'll dream together and realize the dreams fit. You'll pray together and feel God's presence approving the union. And in that moment you'll understand, every tear was worth it. Every night alone had purpose. Every no you received was directing you toward the right yes. But what if you knew exactly how to prepare for that moment? How to heal the wounds that still hurt? How to develop the self-love that will attract true love? How to attract and recognize true love might be the answer your heart is seeking. It's in the first pinned comment, waiting for you. What seemed like abandonment was God keeping you for something greater. What you called delay was divine protection in action. In God's perfect timing, you'll see that He never forgot you, never canceled His plans, never gave up on your happy ending. He was just waiting for the perfect moment to deliver something that would exceed your expectations. When He aligns all circumstances, you won't just find someone to love, you'll find someone who was specifically shaped to love you. Someone whose heart beats in the same rhythm as yours. Someone who will look at you and say, finally I found you, so don't stop waiting now. Don't give up when you might be closer than you imagine. Don't throw in the towel just when God might be about to surprise you. The person He chose for you isn't a dream. It's a promise. Not maybe. It's certainty. Not if. It's when. Don't give up. Don't stop. Don't lose hope. The person God chose for you is still on their way. Take a deep breath. Lift your head. Trust the process. Keep waiting. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Keep the faith. Keep the hope. Keep your heart open. The best is yet to come. Rest in God's timing. Trust the divine plan. Believe in the impossible. The person God chose for you is still on their way. Don't stop waiting. Don't stop believing. Don't stop trusting. The love of your life is still being prepared. If this content has made a difference in your journey, and if you believe it deserves to reach more people, you can support this channel in a very simple way. Just click the thanks button below this video and make a donation. Any contribution, however small, helps a lot to keep this space alive. And even if you can't right now, Your presence here is already an immense gift. Gratitude for being together.